This is a story that happens to so many people every minute of every day in our country. So part of the thing that I do every year is I dig deep into statistics and came up with some pretty rough numbers. I don't know if you all know this, but in 2024, domestic violence has risen 3%. So in a single day, there is a survey taken by the National Network to End Domestic Violence, in which this call goes out nationwide to every organization that helps victims of domestic violence. 83% participated in this survey on September 24th of 2024. Nationally, in a single day, nationwide, 79,088 victims were served. 14,095 were turned away as there was not enough resources to help in a single day. Let's talk about Washington State. Again, on September 24th, 2024, in Washington State, a single day, 2,970 victims received help, while 482 were turned away because of lack of resources. Oof. A single day. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't want to talk about this. It's too hard, it's too brutal, I don't want to talk about it, I can't deal with it. Can't we just pretend that it's not here? It doesn't affect me, my life is great. Well, here's a news flash. Domestic violence does affect each and every one of us. We have an outrageous homeless problem. Did you know that 90% of women that are homeless are survivors of domestic violence or sexual assault? Trauma. Trauma is what gets us into situations that we complain about. It's completely preventable through education, through talking about it, talking about the ugly, calling each other out. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence reaches far beyond just the physical. It doesn't start out violent. It starts out with, this person is my person. This person is all of my dreams of my knight in shining armor. Oh my gosh, they're love bombing me and it's wonderful, and then the little insidious things start to creep in, like jealousy. Like, I want your passwords, because if you're not hiding anything, you'll give me all of your passwords. I call bullshit. Okay? It's isolation. Keeping you away from your friends, your family. It's inserting themselves into every aspect of your life. You don't have a moment alone. You can't go to the store alone. Who are you on the phone with? Looking through the computer to see what your search history is. What's your history? You know, these are all things that happen, and they lead up to, most often, a physical confrontation. Looking for the red flags. Are they controlling your friends, your family, your social life? Are they controlling your money? A lot of women, and I hear this, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? I have no money. I have no car. I have no job. This was my story. I actually personally lived this. I had no control. I had no way out until he was removed from the home. And then it was going into the social services that we all complained about. Get a job. I tried. You know, here I am. I'm trying to rebuild my life and feed my kid. And yeah, I did have to go on the system to rebuild everything. It is a community problem, and we have to face it directly, right? 1/3 of children are witnesses to domestic violence. Did you know that? When you guys came in, there was 2 stacks of papers that you were given. So for those of you who identify as the male or picked a card with a little blue check on it, if your card is number 2, please raise your arm. I can't see. Hands up if you're holding a number 2. Blue mark on it? Okay, you now represent one of 4 men who will be a victim of domestic violence in their lifetime. Ladies, the card with the number on it has a little pink mark on it. Those of you holding a number 3, could you please raise your arm? You now represent one of 3 women who will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. So we need to collectively, together, unanimously, enough. How many of us see people being mistreated and we just look the other way? How many of us don't talk to our kids about it? We need to talk to our kids, educate our kids. What are the red signs? What are the red flags? What are the warnings? And hopefully someday we can put a stop to the nonsense, right? So, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. And I am going to step off now and let Bill Edison do his best for us. Thank you.
Standing on the edge of nowhere, dreaming of the me I want, wondering how the hell to get there. What awaits, what keeps me blunt? Run ahead, don't look around. A trail of tears on the ground.
us relate to. And it's almost the inevitable outcome of what we're here discussing tonight.
Just like home. You see, I know that you won't like me. So I'll be whatever you want me to be. I'll be your evergreen, or your silver spring, or your sweetest dream. Tell me your fantasies, and I will be everything you need. Except me. I'll be anything you need. Except me. Now when you're falling into my trap, you'll regret me when we're looking back. Because I want you, I need you, I hate you, I feel you breathing. I've been your fantasies, I've been everything you could ever need. Except me. I've been anything you need. Except me. So now when you say that you love me, I can't tell, do you really mean me? Is that love for me when all I've really been is anything you need? Except me. I've been everything you need.
have had the occasion to talk about a lot of different marginalized people, highlighting how domestic violence is a problem that hits all economic strata, genders, all ages. As Maren was pointing out, it's not just a women's problem, it's our whole community's problem. In prefacing the piece that I'm going to be performing tonight, it seems appropriate as a form of political commentary on the current climate in our country that there is a small, tiny group that has been demonized and pillarized and blamed for every imaginable problem in America today. Even though the trans community makes up less than 1% of the entire population of the United States, they are seemingly blamed by Republicans for everything that is wrong in this country. And to make matters worse, Republican legislatures across the country have enacted gross draconian laws that, for example, in Texas, can get parents called into Child Protective Services for just providing gender-affirming care for their children. Trans people getting kicked out of the military and losing their benefits simply because they've served honorably as openly trans people. Horrible legislation across the country. And what that does is it gives a permission structure for everyday people to beat up and take out their hostility on trans people. And statistically, the assault numbers on trans people is going up, not going down. Every year it's getting worse and worse. And we certainly have seen it both in our state and across the country. So it seemed to me that this being my favorite time of the year, Halloween, I am very excited to share with you this poem by Washington State poet Shandy Thursday, entitled "Frankenstein's Creature Comes Out as Trans at Sadaku's Halloween Party." The festivities began hours ago. No strangers to long nights here. The hors d'oeuvres were excellent. Stolen delectables from every film cuisine. The recent trend for epic fantasies providing most courses. There were drinks for those so inclined, and other drinks for those not, the host being nothing if not observant. The creature clears a throat with the rumble of an alpine avalanche. The clear eyes scan the faces, mirthful, gloomy, but most of all, unchanging. Begins. As you know, I often struggle being my authentic self. When people see me, 100 labels cover me like luggage. It's fine when I'm observed behind a wall or an avatar, nothing but friendly voices. But as soon as they see my face, my words, my experiences mean nothing. Fiddles with the glass, still full of whatever Pazuzu poured, now flat as conversation. Stares through it as if waiting for a whiskey oracle. Everyone stays still. The background soundtrack of their minds held in one tense pause. Continues, words forced out like infants, voice soft as if afraid that they'd arrive miscarried. I am what society makes of me, a patchwork dream of control. People ask why I simply did not tell him, no need to clarify, to build for me a sterile mate, as if that too I should have given up when he had already decided everything else This choice, too, I should have relinquished. And so, after much reflection on myself and the world, I've come to a realization. And I wanted to share it now because Halloween is when we can most be ourselves. That I am a woman. Rushes on as if to build a scaffold underneath a now dropped porcelain ball. I mean, think about it. I was made as companion to a man who only saw a rival. I am well-read, passionate, thoughtful, yet constantly dismissed. My agency regarded as horror, self-reliance as a threat, yet attempts at socialization an abomination. I am hounded by a system that not only perpetuates male entitlement, but rewards it. Yet I seek even a fraction for myself, and I'm coded villain. My frustration read as hysterical, my anger as demonic, intelligence as deviousness, and then to not even get a say in my own reproductive process. It all makes sense. Sadako says nothing but closes her eyes. Besides, I've never really felt totally right in my own skin. Skins. Like someone else was beneath, always being asked to perform myself, be empty-eyed, stiff from expectation. I may not be able to control how the world sees me, but I can control how I see me, and I can spit their perceptions, use them to shine a mirror that I can recognize myself in. There's a brief moment of silence, and she panics. Was it the seeming contradiction of both choosing for herself and recognizing the environment that had shaped her? But she had always contained multitudes, paradoxes, and dilemmas. Perhaps, all being on the outside, they were glad to have someone more outside than them, a game of superior outcast. Like they simply didn't understand. The Babadook responds first. His hand jets out a grin like the moon, splitting the night as he warmly shakes her hand. "Welcome to the queer club," he gloats. Kyoko wipes tears from alabaster skin. The Baroness Bathory, always a more appealing guest than her cousin, glides over, no stranger to malign women's plight. "You have always been beautiful," she intones with the brutally beautiful authority of an Iron Maiden. "I'm so thrilled that you can witness your own magnificence." Sadako simply opens her arms, sleeves like cold water, a hug like baptism. "And hey," Pazuzu chirps, pouring a fresh glass, "you can finally choose a name for yourself. No more being defined by relation, belonging to no one." She looks around at the faces, some mirthful, some gloomy, but most of all, unchanging in their love for her. For the first time, she silently thanks her maker for functional tear ducts. How else could she release all this joy? The Babadook rushes around, making sure that everyone has something in it to lift and toast. Sadako lifts her eggshell cup. "To you and whoever you know yourself to be." Everyone drinks. The party goes on forever. It's always Halloween somewhere. Trans rights are human rights. And trans people deserve the love of God and the comfort and approval of us all. Please be seated. All right. Our next act is an encore, back again for the next performance. Shula Azar returns to the stage with Amut Ama, a passionate modern Egyptian dance. This piece embodies emotion, strength, and feminine power. A tribute to love, resilience, and the spirit of modern Egypt. Please welcome back again, Shula Azar.
أموتا قليلا وأنا مش متعتع منهن هنمهن وأمهن لحد ما ترضي عليا سئيلا لازقهن مش فارقة معايا البهدل عفريتا لكن عندك بقلب تلميذ بقى ما تيجي بقى يا غريب تيجي هنا ضمعين ده جماله برازيل والعود مظبوط بالينا يا جماله وروحاله شكلك لي القلب بحاله والسمسمة لو عنده السما لو مسحتها بجلاله أوروبا ده جماله بيعدي أوروبا لو ضرب اللي نجيبه لو يهدى عنا بحاله بسيطا وبغمزة روح عندنا خلاص بقى مفيش كده أنا قاطع قاعد هنا سلم في إيه ما تجيش هنا ده حوار بينا ويخصنا ومية بقى ده في ناس هنا بصرنا وعينا في حظنا طيب ما تيجي بقى يا غريب تيجي هنا ضوعين ده جماله برازيل والعود مظبوط بالينا يا جماله وروحاله شكلك لي القلب بحاله والسمسمة لو عنده السما لو مسحتها بجلاله أوروبا ده جماله بيعدي أوروبا لو ضرب اللي نجيبه لو يهدى عنا بحاله ليا أنا
Please welcome Craig Lowe.
Flicker, blush, turn away to grasp uncertain words. Say you wait to feel a hand upon a hand that does not move. But once I could get inside, no words need I say. Actions invoke from a thought to be outgrown and thrown away. Rise, twist, turn away on those words you meant to say. Wait to feel a hand upon a hand that's grown so cold. Laugh, joke, share a thought. Careful that you don't get caught. Wait to feel a hand upon a hand clenched to a fist. If knows I could get inside, no words need I say. Actions that broke from a thought, be outgrown and thrown away. If what's under get inside, no words need I say. Actions that broke from a thought, to be outgrown and thrown away. Like Richard said, this is the seventh from the ashes. This is the seventh time I've had the pleasure and the privilege to perform here. Unfortunately, the reason that this means so much to me is because there's two sides to domestic violence. And I was on the not right side. I went to jail one night for domestic violence in the third degree, which is causing fear and reason for unsafe removal from the premises. Not drinking turned into poor decision making. The relationship was toxic from the get-go. Two toxic people involved in a very volatile circumstance. The plus side to this is that was 21 years ago. And people can change. Things can change. Love is a very powerful force. Understanding is a very powerful force. Their cycles can be broken. I'm far from perfect, but every day is a little bit better, and every day is farther than where I came from. And without getting preachy or anything like that, if you believe in something better than yourself, you can be better yourself. It means the world to me to be able to bring a voice to the end of domestic violence. And there not have to be any more people involved in that situation. It means the world to me to think that maybe someone involved in that situation can recognize it and realize that, hey, there's a way out. Hey, there's hope. Hey, this is not my life or how I want to live it. So. You look at me and I can see you just want the hurting to win. You can tell that I'm in hell without you as my lady and best friend. Where did it all go wrong? When did it all go downhill? Darling, did we lose the way, or did we just lose the will? We used to share life, now all we share is heartache. And love is the greatest chance that we didn't take. What I'd give just to live side by side once more. But all I hope and will to cope walk with you out the door. My friends say nowadays something about you has changed. We have to try to get by now that our lives are arranged. We used to share life, now always share his heartache. Love is the greatest chance that we didn't take. Look at me and I can see you just want the hurting to win. That was one of mine. Thank you. Well, I'll be damned. Here comes your ghost again. That's not unusual. It's just as the moon is full that you decided to come. So here I sit, hand on the telephone, remembering a voice I've known a couple of light years ago, and I'm headed straight for the fall. And we both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Yeah, we both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Now we're standing outside looking at the hotel room over Washington Square. And there's snow falling all around, and we just don't really care. And I can only speak for myself, but we both could have died right then and there. Now you're telling me that you're not nostalgic. Well, give me another word for it. You were so good with words, and so good at being vague. Yeah, that's right. We both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. We both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Well, you with me in arms, tear me up inside. Part of me needs you, baby. Part of me needs my pride. Next time you tell me that you love me, look into my eyes. For I don't even wanna hear it. I don't believe in lies. I wanna hear it lies. I wanna say I hate you. I love you leaves my lips. I wanna hold you close. Feel my heart get ripped. I wanna say let's go. I need just what I say. I really would love you to death, baby. And that's not far away. That's not far away. Don't look at me and talk to me, baby. Say you're only mine. When you hug and hold me, baby, you break my fucking spine. You cut my lips with your forked tongue every time you kiss. And when I look into your eyes, all I see is enemies. Just a deeper day. and it knocks me down. But when you think about me, baby, just think I'm not the one. You know I'm not the one. I wanna say I hate you. I love your lips, my lips. I wanna hold you close. Feel my heart get ripped. I wanna say just go. I need just what I say. I really will love you to death, baby. That's not far away. That's not far away. That's not far away.
I'm very excited now that we're going to close out our program tonight with Nara and Maren. We'll take you back to the golden, dark, and gloomy. Please welcome to the stage again, Transcend.
Thank you, and that is our program for tonight. At this point, I would like to invite all the wonderful performers, the amazing people that came out to make tonight's show possible. If you would please come out onto the stage. Mary, here you are, please. Come
come and help us close this out with a final benediction. Thank you all so very much. You coming out here means a great deal to Maren and myself, and to all the people, the healthy families, and the people that need this help. Thank you again so very much. Your presence is very much appreciated.
Thank you, Chris, and Steve, Studio Bob, most and performers, people working backstage, everybody who helped make this show happen. Most of all, I would like to thank you. Hope to see you again next year.